Hello, I'm Alice.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
I'm Winnie.
We have 3 topics about Taiwan of this interview. They are educational environment, features, and custom. Besides, we find some foreigners, and in the end, we will compare those conditions with different countries. Okay, let's go!
Sure.
Hi, I'm Alice. I come from Taiwan. And what's your?
I'm Williams Poe, and I'm from America.
I want to ask you the custom about your country. Okay. The first question is we have a holiday on October 10, which is National Day of Taiwan. So National Day is to commemorate the day which Republic of Taiwan established. So do your country have the kind of holiday to commemorate in your country?
Yeah, we have 4th of July.
4th of July.
Yeah, and that's to celebrate
4th of July.
Independence. It's called Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Yeah.
So what's the? Do you do something to like that day?
They're all pretty arbitrary. Like people will set off fireworks, get together to eat outside, like barbecue.
Wow.
But that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
You just eat.
Yeah, and it's just to celebrate America's independence from Britain. But there are a few other holidays that I think have more meaning that also commemorate our country, like Veterans Day, which is to celebrate and honor past soldiers that fought for America.
Oh, okay. So let's come the second question. Okay. Do you ever heard of golden paper?
I have.
You have. So when will you see that in Taiwan?
Sometimes, or usually I see it. I know there's a day every year, I think, where businesses will burn golden paper to bring good luck to their businesses. Yeah, and also for their ancestors.
And to offer incense.
Yeah.
So, do you think it will destroy environment?
Kind of, yeah, because you're creating resources that are just created to be burned. And it creates a lot of smoke, and whenever that time comes around every year, you can smell it everywhere.
But it was also a custom, so to compare the benefit and negatives after that. So do have some sorry do you have the positive attitude to the activity or negative attitude to the activity?
I think overall positive, because I think it's good to have customs and faith. I think it's very important in any culture.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sure.
Hello, I'm Alice. I come from Taiwan. And what's your name? Where I come from?
My name's Jay and I'm from Korea.
Okay. I want to ask you the 2 questions. And the first one is we have a holiday on October 10, which is the National Day of Taiwan. National Day is to commemorate the day which Republic of Taiwan established. Do your country have the kind of holiday to commemorate in your country?
Yes, we have a lot of days to commemorate the country, but especially one I like the most is called Korean Language Day, which in Korean is called Hangul Day. It's in Korean, so. And what it basically do is it's just a day to celebrate the day when the Korean language and Korean alphabet came up.
Okay.
And yeah, the reason why I remember it, like among those a lot of commemoration days, is because I used to go enjoy the celebration when I was in Korea.
What's the celebration?
They celebrate about explaining that to foreigners, which are they're traveling to Korea and like like those kind of foreigners, we explain the Korean character to them and like try out writing the Korean languages and speaking Korean languages.
So on that day you will write Korean language.
Yeah, there will be a lot of artworks which is related to Korean alphabets, and as I told you just now, like you'll have chance to interact with foreigners,
Wow.
explaining Korean language to them, which is really cool.
Oh. Okay. As about second question is, do you ever heard of golden pepper?
Yes, I used to live in Taipei, and right in front of where I lived, there was this store which would burn that gold paper every Monday. So.
Every Monday.
Yeah, so I could see that pretty often.
But if you the golden pepper burn on every Monday, do you think that is to destroy the environment?
I'm sure it will affect the environment, but there is already far more worse thing. I mean, what I want to say is comparably, it's not really a big problem. Like compared to the factory releasing those chemical stuffs in the ocean and stuff like that, which is really big. Compared to those, I think this is just cultural stuff, and it doesn't harm as much as those kind of things do, which probably will be more, bad to environment.
Our culture, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have the positive attitude to the activity.
Yes, I think most of cultural activities will have constant pros at the same time.
Okay. So in your country, do you have some activity to offer to maybe offering the
Offer the
business
assistance.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't really burn stuff or anything, but
So what do you do?
we usually just go to the specific place, and gather up.
Yeah.
Let's say a whole family gathers up in a specific day and pray, and then
Play
like
what?
pray,
Pray.
But-
Oh.
pray, and like they
Sorry.
they share, they gather up and have a meal together, and they celebrate like that, just like any
Okay.
other normal holiday.
Okay. Thank
celebration.
you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kevin, and I'm come from Taiwan. How about you?
Hi, I'm John. I'm from Indonesia.
I have some question to ask you about education. And the first question is, how about the education system in your country?
For elementary students, they go to school at 6, and the classes will end at around 10 or 11. And then for junior high school students, they often go to school at 7, and then the classes will end on 12 p.m. And then for high school students, they go to school around 7, and then the classes will end around 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Yeah, 1 p.m.
Oh, and Taiwanese students always have a lot of tests in a school, especially before the midterm test exam. And how about you?
Oh yeah, actually the education in Indonesia doesn't emphasize on testing kids. The education in Indonesia is emphasizing on discussion and like implementing the materials that we learn in the school. Like sometimes we spend 3 hours in the lab just doing one stuff. Okay, for example, for biology, the teacher will give us 3 hours just to deal with organism, like living organism, how to like cut it and so on.
Oh, okay. The next question is which method your teacher will do in your class? Is only teaching and student just listen for teacher, or the teacher will let you discuss in class?
Oh yeah, the method that we use is mostly discussion. Like in every classes, the teacher will give you some time to discuss with students, like at least 15 minutes to discuss what you learn on that day. And then there's one thing that I realized in Taiwan, that students, I mean, they tend not to ask questions to teachers, which to me is weird, because in Indonesia we ask a lot of questions, like tons of questions.
Really? Yeah. Oh, because Taiwanese students just listen to a teacher and absorb the information. Yeah.
Actually, students in Indonesia have the right to evaluate the teachers, so we can ask a lot of questions and we can judge them whether they're good or not, and then we can tell the school that this teacher is good or not.
Oh. Have you ever asked the teacher question and he or she cannot answer you?
Yeah, most of the time. And there's like 2 teachers that I asked and then they couldn't answer what I asked.
Oh, okay. And the next question is it popular for participating club in your country?
Yeah, most students back then in my school, most of students they joined clubs, but we were not into clubs. We joined the club, but we're not into it. Unlike students here, they're crazy about the clubs.
Yeah.
They only they spare a lot of time just doing their club stuff.
So you didn't spend a lot of time on the club, but
Most of the time I don't spend any time on like in the clubs.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sure.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm come from Taiwan. How about you?
Hi, my name is Jamal. I came from Uzbekistan.
Okay. We have a question about education. The first question is how about your education system in your country?
Education system in my country is a little bit different than the Taiwanese education system. So in my country, people study like 9 years in the school, and then after graduating from the school, they go to Lyceum. Lyceum is basically a pre-university school. So what people do is that they choose what you're gonna be. They choose the major, and then they go to the school, which is concentrated on that major. So let's say you want to be economist, right?
Yes.
After graduating from the school, you go to pre-university of economics. So they will teach you more economic stuff, economic things. Yeah, basically that's the big difference between the Taiwanese school and then my school. The timing is also differs by your level. So if you're studying primary school, students usually spend their time in the school like around 5 hours, and then in the middle school they spend around like 6-7 hours, and then when you're like in the high school or like the Lyceum, the pre-university school, they spend almost like 8 or 9 hours studying for university, preparing for university examinations.
Oh, okay. Also, so your high school, your education system just like the college?
Yeah, something like this. So as I said, they study 3 years for preparing for university.
Oh.
It's not like Taiwanese where like you study from first grade to the 12th grade. After finishing 9th grade, you just go to we call it pre-university school. So you're kind of making effort on your subject which you will do in the future.
Oh. So if you want to enter the university, you just prepare for your major.
Yeah.
You don't need to prepare for all subjects.
No. Actually, you will also take the classes like if you want to be let's say economist, as I said, you will have a still class like biology, chemistry, but it's going to last only 1 hour, like 1 hour or like maybe less than 1 hour. So main point will be on the subjects will be used in the future.
Oh, okay. Okay. The next question is which method your teacher do in your class? Like just teaching you and the students only listen for teacher, or the teacher will let you discuss on class?
Actually, it depends on the teacher. It's like every teacher they have their own way of teaching. For example, math classes usually teacher just teach. We don't have any group studies or presentation in the math class, because in the math you cannot really do presentations, right? And like biology or physics or like let's say literature, there will be assignments for the group, and then during the class you can come up with the team and talk about some particular topic.
Oh.
So it depends on the teacher and depends on the subject which you take.
Okay. Oh. And the next question is it popular for participate in the club in your country?
Not really. Most of the students who participate in the club are in the middle school. In the high school, they just study for university entrance examination.
Oh.
They put their all effort for that, so they just don't do the club things.
They don't have time to.
Yeah, they don't have time to study for the clubs.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Action.
Hi, I'm Winnie. My topic is about features of Taiwan. The first question is, just like in Taiwan, there are many convenience stores everywhere. Is there any convenience store like Taiwan, just like open for 24 hours and there are many servers and they have many food and you can buy clothes there and you can pay your bill. Is there any stores like convenience store in Taiwan, in your country?
First of all, I'm from Korea, and I think you might have heard about it. Korean people really like drinking. Like all of them, even in university, they drink a lot. So like most of the people drinking at night made this culture, which made all the stores will be open until really late time. So because of that, we also have a lot of convenience store that's open for 24/7. But we have all the stores, like all the restaurants. Restaurants are often open until like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. for those people who drinks, because everybody drinks in Korea. I mean, most of them. And second, because of those drunken people, you know, when you're drunk, you're more easy to buy stuff. All the other shops are mostly open, targeting those people to sell their whatever item they are selling. So in that way, for me, when I came to Taiwan, I only saw convenience store available at night, so I was kind of depressed because I thought there was no place to eat at night because I'm used to eat at the restaurant at really late time with my friend. So that's kind of culture in Korea.
So, because in Taiwan there are not restaurants open to late, or
I mean, there are some restaurants, like few restaurants open until very late time, but it's only few of them. I mean, in Korea, there's like most of restaurants are open until at least like 12 o'clock at night.
so
But most of restaurant here opens until 8, right? So, yeah.
So, what I want to ask is that because we close too early, so will you buy something?
From convenience store?
No. Buy something to store. So until too late, you will.
Yeah, so now I'm doing that. Now I'm buying some food and snacks and storing it in the fridge so I can eat it later because there is no store open at the late time. Because I can't always eat convenience store food, so I'm doing that. But it was really hard to get used to it when I like just came to Taiwan because it was a very big cultural difference.
And my second question is about night market. For foreigners, the night market is very famous. Have you ever heard about it?
Yes, I actually been to several night markets and I really liked it. And Korea also, because in Korea and Taiwan is comparably kind of close to each other. It only takes like 2 hours to go to Korea from here. So we kind of share a lot of similar culture, which is kind of night market as well, which have like a lot of food and street vendors and some mini games that you can like shoot balloons and stuff like that. So, but the scale wise, Taiwan has like I've never seen that kind of big night market in Korea. Thank you.
Action.
Hi, I'm Winnie. Can you introduce for yourself?
I'm Williams, and I'm from America.
And my topic is about features of Taiwan. The first question is, there are many convenience stores in Taiwan, and they are open for 24 hours, and they offer many services. And just like you can buy many food, and you can buy clothes, and you can pay your bills. Is there any store like this in your countries?
There are convenience stores. In fact, we have 7-Eleven as well. But you can't do as much as the ones here, like pay your bills, for instance. If you count something similar to the convenience stores here, we have pharmacies called drugstores, and they're much like the 7-Elevens and Family Marts here, except they're much larger, and they're often a place where you can go to develop your camera film, amongst other things, like also buying clothes and that sort of stuff. But paying bills, not so much.
Not paying bill and not send the pocket. No.
No, not really. Not like here.
Are there convenience stores like Taiwan everywhere?
No, it's not as dense as Taiwan.
Because Taiwan is too small.
Yeah. Although in some places, like New York City, there are shops that are as dense as the convenience stores here. Like for instance, Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts. You can find one pretty much the same amount you would find here in Taiwan.
the second one is about night market. Have you ever heard about night market?
I have.
Have you ever gone to there?
I have. One or two, yeah.
How do you feel?
They're quite fun. They're very busy, especially like Silin is very busy, and they're pretty enjoyable. But I can't go too often, or they get too repetitive.
Does your country has this?
Something similar. It depends on where you are. But I guess the closest thing would be a country fair, kind of. But it's much larger than the night market. I guess the night markets here in Taiwan have more things in one place than in America. In America, you'd have to find the different parts of the night market in different places in America. Like food in one place, and then like amusement, such as like mini games and stuff like that, in a different kind of place. But there are similar things. You're welcome.